In the 1960s, Kenya and Singapore were not worlds apart. Kenya's economy at independence was roughly $1 billion. Singapore's economy was also about $1 billion. Both were former British colonies. Both were poor. Both were trying to figure out what independence really meant. One became a global benchmark for development. The other is still explaining why it hasn't arrived. This is not a motivational story. This is a reality check. At independence, Kenya arguably had more going for it. Kenya had land. Kenya had agriculture. Kenya had a large population and regional influence. Singapore had none of that. No land, no minerals, no food security. Just people and leadership choices. That is where the real difference begins. By around 1990, Singapore's GDP had grown to roughly $35 to $40 billion. Kenya's GDP was still under $10 billion. Fast forward to today, Singapore's GDP is now over $500 billion. Kenya's GDP is slightly above $100 billion. Singapore is smaller than Nairobi, yet its economy is multiple times larger. This gap did not happen by accident. Singapore made hard decisions early. Under Lee Kuan Yew, leadership was not about popularity. It was about results. Corruption was crushed, not managed. Ministers were chosen for competence, not loyalty. Experts were empowered, not threatened. Long-term planning mattered more than elections. Singapore paid public servants well and jailed them quickly if they stole. There was no space for political freeloaders. Kenya chose a different path. From early on, politics became a reward system. Development followed political friendships. Regions voted and were rewarded or punished. State jobs became political gifts. Corruption became normal, even defended. Instead of building institutions, Kenya built powerful individuals. Instead of national planning, Kenya practiced political survival. Every president inherited this system and chose to benefit from it rather than dismantle it. Kenya did not fail by accident. It failed by design. Development was uneven. Infrastructure was selective. Opportunity depended on who you knew and how you voted. Singapore treated every citizen as an economic asset. Kenya treated development as a political weapon. Kenya's biggest mistakes are clear. Rewarding political friends instead of experts. Fighting corruption in speeches, not systems. Starting mega projects without finishing basics. Ignoring technology until it becomes a buzzword. Treating youth as voters, not builders. Weak inheritance and property laws that kill long-term investment. Singapore focused, Kenya scattered. If Kenya truly wants a Singapore-like future, it must stop pretending. That means ending political appointments disguised as leadership, empowering professionals, not loyalists, ruthlessly fighting corruption, even when it hurts politically, investing in technology, not just talking about it, turning agriculture into an industrial engine, building infrastructure that increases productivity, not headlines, empowering youth with skills, capital, and ownership, learning to chew only what can be bitten, and finishing it. Singapore had no resources. Kenya has many. Singapore chose discipline. Kenya chose politics. Until that choice changes, the results will not. This is not an attack. It is an invitation to grow up as a nation.